Weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Ba 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 ba. What are we listening to today? Ooh, I got it. Gonna do some Kingdom Hearts today. No. We need like a lo-fi. There we go. We're getting some Kingdom Hearts up in here today. How's everybody doing? Are we vibing? I realized I had accidentally turned on I turned on monetization so that you guys were getting ads on streams. That's dumb. You guys already paid for the decks. Like, why would I monetize the stream? That's ridiculous. Oh, sorry about that. Oh yeah. Huh. I'm wearing my Kingdom Hearts shirt. That's why I thought of it. I was like, what's Kingdom Hearts on the brain today? There you go. Dude, today we got some new decks. I was really surprised. These are some like strange decks. Let's see how many new commanders I made today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the decks today are brand new commanders. That's rare. Yes, Major. Yeah, I can check that for you. Hit me up on Discord. Oh, Mitch. There's actually a commander that does that now. Yeah, Mitchell, order that on my go to my Patreon, Mitchell. I literally already know the commander for that deck. They just printed a commander that when you give other opponents life, it works for you. It's really dope. Oh, you played the Kamigawa landfill? It was the best experience you've had in a long time? Woohoo! Heck yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. What was the experience like? I want to hear. Oh, give me the deets. Give me the deets. Why was it good? Why was it fun? Why was it interesting? The best. What is it? Best experience I've had in a long time. Give me the explanation behind that. I need to know. I must understand. Oh, I got confirmation that the website's getting updated soon. And with that, profiles will now show all of your past submissions and the ones you've done. So that way this is never a question again. Bing, bang, boom. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, Major, please tell me how that Bells will Knock deck goes out. Samuel, thank you so much. I'm doing okay today. Today's gonna be a stressful day. I have a really important but very stressful meeting today at 4 o'clock. I'm a bit worried about. So be praying for me. Gotta get it done. It's life. Dude, I love the fact that I'm being used for finals week. I love that. I'm so happy so many people feel that same way, because finals is stressful, and I totally understand. My little sister-in-law is currently going through her finals right now, and I know it is a lot. I really appreciate it. Thank you much, Samuel. Yeah. I got one of those meeting requests that was like, hey, when's the soonest we can see you? And I'm like, ugh. Okay. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The meeting's about my part-time position that I do outside of YouTube. That, thankfully, I don't need anymore, technically. Like, if I lose this job, whatever. But recently, I've been very open with things I disagree with at where I do production, and I don't think they're very happy about it. But I prayed on it, and I decided I wanted to be more honest. Here's where we're at, you know? That's just where we at. 18 lands by turn 5 with the mere... Oh, dude. The Moonfolk that counterspells is so good. Right? You copied Endless Swarm 4 times? I haven't even copied Endless Swarm 4 times. The most I've done it is 2. I've copied the blue one. Enter the something Dominion, Eternal Dominion. I've copied that 7 times. And I did that, if you guys are familiar with Jake and Joel are Magic, who's now just Joel is Magic. I did it to Joel and now Martitius Magic at a MagicCon. I think it was MagicCon Vegas last year. Thank you, Samuel. Yeah. I don't want to hide behind things, and I think it's important to tell people how it is, so I decided to be honest. If I lose the job, whatever. It's just a part-time gig, and I'm not really concerned about it. So if I lose a job for being honest, big deal. I also have like plenty of job offers for other part-time production gigs. So kind of is what it is. Oh yeah. I got a job offer to do all the social media for the local baseball teams in Charlotte. It was like, the offer was way too low. And also I told them I'm only accepting part-time gigs right now because YouTube is my full-time.
Like, is any of this for real or not?
But yeah. I'm happier just like eating at home more often, not spending as much money, and being happy with the person I am. That's just where I'm at. What's up, Ethan? All right, y'all. We got 3 minutes till we get into decks. Landoran!
Maybe everything we've done, maybe it was over nothing.
No, it's got nothing to do with what I do for YouTube at all. I just was super honest with some people at my part-time that I do production for, where I told them that I was just really unhappy with some of the treatment some of the other workers were getting. My favorite deck archetype. Right now? I think, what's up, Earl Maid? I think at this exact moment, the decks I've been enjoying the most is my, decks with as much variance as possible, but also the highest ability to affect what you do with the variance you're given. So to explain, what that kind of means is like, oh, what's up, Corona? Or sorry, Coronoa. I love decks that have high variance, but then have like a ton of agency. And the deck currently that does the most of that for me is my blind reanimator deck. I feel like it has the most random chance variance of any of my decks, but also gives me the most agency possible. What's up, Ziggy Stardust? What's up? One more minute. We're starting decks. Yeah. I like decks where I get to play a lot of game actions. Oh, my favorite to play against is control. Like decks that aren't gunning for the win, like decks that are trying to stop me. You guys are all familiar with Mauled. My favorite game of Commander I ever played, outside of a tournament setting, those are normally the best because they're tournaments. They're really high level. They're fun. My favorite casual Commander game I've ever played was against Mauled, when we were just chilling in like a hotel lobby one time, hanging out. I was on my blind reanimator before it had come out, so like the video wasn't out yet. No one knew about it, and I was testing it. And he was on VV Stompy, not making VV big, casting big creatures with the mana from VV. So he was casting like 8/8 dinosaurs, but his deck was still like full control magic. And so I was slamming win attempts every single turn, and he was just counterspell, destroy. And it's that back and forth was so much fun. I love going up against control lists. I'm trying to make a group hug deck, but nothing really feels like group hug to me. Either it's mill with a face mask or it's getting a 21/21 on board. Samuel, definitely ask me for group hug lists. I am an expert at making actually fun group hug lists that aren't just playing the little being like, ooh, don't hit me until you win. That's total BS. Like, there are genuinely good group hug decks where the way you win is by taking advantage of how far ahead everyone else is by either goading creatures or stealing whatever they play because you've given them so many resources. That's how you do group hug. Honestly, Ozzy, let me rebuild one of your decks from the ground up. I have the most fun doing that. Wacky Pizza Man! Oh, good, Samuel. I'm glad you will. Okay, everybody. We're 2 minutes past. It's time. Unless you guys got a bunch of questions. I'll give us another 3 minutes if you guys got questions. If there's anything anyone would like to ask before we get started today. I don't want to cut anyone short. Looks like we're good. Benjamin. Originally, I deliver all the ad hoc deck lists via email, but now we're delivering them through the website. That's your Kenrith list. Nice. KB asks, what's the meaning of life? Recently, I've been wrestling with whether or not the objective within a group of people is more important than making sure those people are happy, and where that medium is. That's where I'm at solving the point of life question recently. But in general, the most amazing point I've been able to reach in life has been reflecting the love of Christ to others and making sure they feel accepted and like they don't need to prove themselves or be enough, and that everyone deserves love. That's been the biggest point. I do that mostly for my wife, who really needs that level of love and never got it, it felt like. And so the meaning of life right now is largely reflecting the love of Christ, but I think where I'm at right now, it's solving my own personal question is whether or not to care about a goal or making sure everyone feels respected and okay first. Because like there has to be a balance. You obviously need to respect people always, but then also sometimes you got to get the goal done. You got to get whatever the objective is done, like especially at a workplace. And sometimes you got to be like, hey, I need you to stop talking. You're wrong. Like you got to be able to like say that lovingly, and I'm figuring that one out right now. Any other questions? I'll answer literally anything. Zidane Tauntless, yes. You said there is a combo with Solemn Simulacrum. I don't want to derail it. Ah, Wacky Pizza Man. Yes. Let me pull that up. We'll go over that combo for you real quick. Oh, I see what happened. You need to have Luminous Broodmoth in your deck with Solemn Simulacrum, and for some reason it's not in the list. That was the combo, Wacky Pizza Man. Yeah, add in Luminous Broodmoth. That was the problem. Sorry about that. I just realized it wasn't in the list. I'm glad I checked before answering, because then I would have just said, Luminous Broodmoth. Alrighty, y'all. Here we go. It's time. Let's get a different lo-fi Kingdom Hearts list up here. There we go. Nice. I got my coffee here too. All right, here we go. Let's get into our first deck today, everybody. This is for Zombie. It is a Norman Osborn deck, better known to many as the Green Goblin. Oh, yeah, Shion's theme. Oh, how perfect. Best theme in the game, 100%. All right, everybody, welcome to the Norm Osborn deck for Zombie. This music's a little much for me. I need to be instrumental. KH Lo-Fi Instrumental. This one good? Where's a good one? Come on. There we go, that's fine. Okay, so Norm Osborn says, Norm Osborn cannot be blocked. Whenever Norm Osborn deals damage to a player, he connives. So conniving is drawing a card and then discarding a card, and if you discard a non-land card, you put a +1/+1 on him. The good thing is the +1/+1s stay on him even after if you transform him as a sorcery and activated ability to Green Goblin. Green Goblin says, spells you cast from the graveyard cost 2 less to cast. And then each non-land card in your graveyard has Mayhem. The Mayhem cost is equal to its mana cost. That means if you discard a card, that turn, you're going to be able to play the card again, and the normal timing restrictions still apply to it. But now, it costs 2 less to cast. So, let's open up, Zombie, what you had asked me about this list. You said, I love graveyard recursion, so Mayhem with recursion. I don't think I want this to be a discard-focused deck unless it's self-discard and maybe a few wheels. So, I added in a limited number of wheels. For example, Wheel of Misfortune, Wheel of Fortune, and Will of the Jeskai. Only wheels we added in here. We didn't go all the way into wheels, and Windfall, and Dark Deal. And then we didn't go into the wheel route where wheeling is meant to be the focus. So we don't have Orcish Bowmaster in here. There's not Razaketh. There's not any of the commanders that ping your opponents when they draw or something like that. And then as for discard, the only discard card we put in is Kefka, but that's because Kefka's just amazing in this list. And you put it at bracket 3, so we only have our 3 restricted game changers. Gifts Ungiven and Intuition are my favorite for a deck like this because we do like our graveyard and we're going to be using it. And then Gamble, because technically Gamble says you discard at random, so it does activate the Green Goblin. The self-discard that we're going to be doing involves the most famous discard of all time, One with Nothing. Instant speed discard, might I add. Freaking awesome. One with Nothing is an amazing card, and I wonder how much an original foil is now $33 because of this card. That's really funny. Yeah. Famously bad card, but not in this deck. The way we're going to win with this is a Spellslinger style. We've got Black Waltz, we've got Kuja, and then we're going to have people like Harmonic Prodigy, Electro Assaulting Battering, Varen, Stormkill Artist, and Birgi help us along the way while we continue to churn through our deck with instants and sorceries. And then we're going to make sure that filling up our graveyard works for us by using cards like Past in Flames and Will the Jeskai to be able to replay cards from our graveyard. I did exclude a commander that many love that I feel like ends up taking over decks like this. Like, he becomes the commander, and I felt like that'd be a little boring. So I didn't include Ral, because I feel like Ral kind of takes these decks over. And it becomes all about Ral instead of the commander that we're like caring about playing. Kess Dissonant Mage is a kind of a, hey, if we discarded something and ended up not having the ability to play it, Kess is our backup. So these are our backup commanders, Kefka, Kess, and Kuja that are in the deck. This deck also includes an infinite combo. How we like them apples. How we like them apples, right? Right? Oh, I accidentally removed One with Nothing. I hit the wrong key. There we go. So we are going to be including a card called Banishing Knack. This lo-fi list, not very good. Oh my gosh. It's gotta be better Kingdom Hearts lo-fi than this. All right, we'll see if this one's any good. So, what we do is we're going to cast Banishing Knack, which says, until end of turn, target creature gains tap, return target non-permanent to its hand on Valley Floodcaller. Valley Floodcaller untaps every time we cast a non-creature spell. This will allow us to infinitely untap and tap Valley Floodcaller if we cast something like Lotus Petal or Soul Ring. And Soul Ring, if we do get that, or Mox Opal, will allow us to go infinite, and we'll get infinite mana, which instead of Defense Grid, I think we should probably add in Mox Amber here. That way we have another card to go infinite with that. Just makes more sense. And that'll allow us to make infinite mana. So, for the most part, in your opening hands with this deck, you want at least one card that either allows you to discard and or draw cards. Well, it has to be one of those two. So you want something like Git Probe. You want something like Faithless Looting. You want Tormenting Voice. Any of the wheels. And then even Born Upon a Wind's fine. Anything that draws you or anything that discards you a card, because we want to make sure by the time that we cast Norman and that we cast Green Goblin, we're discarding things in our graveyard so we can replay them. Norman, thankfully, has this effectively baked in. So if we just get Norman out on turn 1 or 2, that's awesome, and Norman will help us start. But thankfully, I don't think there's going to be anything in our hands like to the point where Norman's the best play on turn 2. I think we're normally going to have something like the new Otter Wizard or Dark Confidant or Harmonic Prodigy or Ragavan in our hand. That will be better than playing that front side. And so hopefully for the first, 3 turns, we're making sure we're setting up for the Green Goblin to come out and really slam and really, be able to get in and do some damage. by allowing us to, you know, abuse that mayhem mechanic. So let's see if we can find a hand like that, and then we'll discuss how to win from there. Yeah, perfect hand. This is a perfect hand. I'm not kidding. This is just gas. I'm not kidding. So we've got 4 lands. We've got a wheel. We got a draw, discard, and we have mana ramp. Absolute gas. Absolute gas hand for this deck. So we'll draw. We'll play Verdant Catacombs. We'll go get ourselves a... I'm going to do Swamp. We're going to do a Badlands. Black, red. Because we already have blue mana coming down next for us. Oh, Scene. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's the last time I'll make that mistake. I promise. I'll remember. I'll remember. And we'll Faithless Looting. So we'll draw 2 and discard 2. We're going to draw 2. We'll discard the Swamp and the Morphic Pool. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Next turn, Marsh Flats, because we want to get more things in our graveyard. And we're going to go find Underground Sea. And then pay 2 for this Talisman. And the reason we're doing this Talisman instead of Norm Osborne there is because we're going to be able to cast the backside of Green Goblin this turn on turn 3. So Arid Mesa. And we'll go get Steam Vents. Awesome. What's up, Samson? How am I doing? Doing well. And we're going to cast Green Goblin this turn. Next turn, Scalding Tarn. We're going to go grab Volcanic Island. And now, what we're kind of like in a position for here is we want to discard this turn because it'll make everything cost 2 less. But do we have anything in our hand realistically right now we would miss or be upset by discarding that we can't play? Like, let's say if we cast a Dark Deal right now, we wouldn't be able to play Kefka. And Kefka's stupid good. Just stupid good right now. But also, if we cast Kefka, we're going to be discarding a card. But we do draw some. And we can be okay discarding this land. So we pay 5, cast Kefka, discard City of Brass, and let's say 2 other people draw and discard a creature and a spell. Totally normal. So we'll draw 3. Awesome. Next turn, we play land for turn, and now we're in a position where discarding is fantastic. It's just absolutely great, because now Black Mage's Rod will cost 1 mana, Birgi will cost 1 mana, and Consecration Mage will cost 1 freaking mana from our graveyard. That's going to be incredible. But before we do that, let's attack him with Kefka, because we don't really need or want Kess. So we'll discard Kess as the triggered ability from Kefka and attack. And let's say everyone discards 2 creatures and a spell, so we only draw 2 cards. Totally fine. We should have waited to play the mountain, play the command tower. That's a mistake on my part, but it happens. And now we're going to pay 3 mana. Make sure we've got the type of mana we want up still after we have black, red, and blue. Okay, we're good. And we'll cast Dark Deal. Dark Deal, we'll discard our hand. And then we draw that -1, which is 5. And now we're going to cast our Coruscation Mage for 1. We're going to cast Birgi for 1. And we're going to cast Black Mage's Rod for 1. And everything else stays in our graveyard. That's an awesome turn 5. And the Mayhem made all that possible. So let's go for it again. City of Traders. We'll attack in. We'll get rid of this land. We'll say we draw 2. Awesome. Okay. All things that we want. And Windfall will make that happen. So we'll pay 3 mana. We'll say 2 generic and a blue for Windfall. All this goes to the graveyard. And we draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yeah, I mean, this is going to keep going. So we casted a Windfall. And right now we've got this Black Mage's token attached to a wizard. Yeah, this is insane, isn't it, guys? Now, Birgi just made us a mana. We have 1 red mana. Our mage and our other mage just dealt 2 damage to our opponents. So let's say they were all magically at 40 life and haven't taken any damage this turn. They're at 38. Cool. That's where we're at right now. Now, we discarded Dark Confidant, Assaulting Battery, and Black Market Connections this turn. Nothing else that we can cast from Graveyard. So we'll do Black Market Connections for 1. And then for 2 red, cast Assaulting Battery. And then for a black, cast this Dark Confidant. And then we'll cast this Mr. Cremora and pass the turn. Like, this setup is crazy. This deck keeps churning itself so efficiently, so effectively, and there's 0 chance we don't win next turn. There's just 0. Let's say we draw 2 cards with Mr. Cremora. Cool. We'll let it die. Go to our next turn. Attack in with Kefka. Drop a land. Draw 2. Okay. Let's float 2 colorless. City Traders will die when we put Gemstone in. And now let's go gambling. Let's gamble. Let's go grab Black Waltz number 3. We make a red mana. We make another red mana because of Assaulting Electro, and we deal 2 damage to our opponents, and they go down to 36. This is bracket 4. Oh, and we drew an extra card through Dark Confidant at the beginning of our upkeep. My bad. And drew a card through Black Market Connections and made a treasure. My bad. My bad. We also forgot that. Okay, great. We discard a card at random. We discarded Wheel of Misfortune. No big deal. Now, we play... Oh, we already played a land for turn. Good, good, good. For 1 red, technically, because we make a red when we cast a spell. Tormenting Voice. It says the additional cost to cast this card, discard a card. We'll discard Black Waltz, giving us Mayhem, making Black Waltz only cost 2 mana. And then we'll draw 2 cards. We can then cast Black Waltz for 2 mana. We'll also have triggered Electro, an Assaulting Battery, and Birgi, making us 2 more red mana and dealing 2 more damage to our opponents. So they're at 34 currently. We'll use 2 of that red mana and gain 1 to cast Talisman of Creativity. We casted a non-creature spell, so people take 2 more. Now they're down to 32. Oh, what's that? Someone's got a pesky Risic that's annoying us. Pyroblast it. Gain 2 red. And deal 2 damage. Oh, what's that? Arcane Signet? Cool. 2 more damage. 2 more red. Hope you guys can see where this is going. And now we're going to use the Treasures and the Arcane Signet to cast Beseech the Mirror. And we'll use one of our red mana instead of the Gemstone Mine for the generic mana there. And we'll Beseech the Mirror and we'll sacrifice our Arcane Signet. We gain 2 red mana and we deal 2 damage to everybody. We're going to go get Wheel of Fortune. We'll cast it, gain 2 red mana, deal 2 damage, and discard our hand. And there it is. There's the win. We found Past in Flames. Past in Flames allows us to replay all of the spells in our graveyard. It gives them all flashback. And right now we make 2 red mana every time we cast a spell. And if we cast this Stormkiln Artist right now we also make a treasure every time we cast a spell. And Black Waltz deals an extra 2 damage. So right now we deal 4 damage every spell we cast. And Green Goblin made it possible. Hope you enjoy Zombie. Very fun list to create. And boy, is it one of my favorite archetypes. All right, y'all. What is up next? Oh, it's Frank. Okay. Frank, are you here? We need to have a discussion before I show you this. Because I technically did something illegal. Technically. To the game. In-game rules. In-game. All right. Frank. I gave you an optional Rule 0 commander for this deck. It's completely optional. Oh, Judas. Birgi and Assaulting Electro Battery say you get a red mana. Birgi says you get it if you cast a non-creature spell, and Electro Battery says you get it if you cast an instant or sorcery. No, you guys help me afford the website. Thank you. Okay. Frank, I'm giving you an optional Rule 0 commander to play with your friends. I'm telling you right now, that's the way I suggest playing this. Is if your friends will let you Rule 0 this, do it. If you are unhappy with the direction I took your order, it's okay. I'm happy to make you another one. But I also made a legal version of it, so don't worry. Okay. Your legal commander is Duretti. Okay. Duretti Scrap Servant says, or Savant says, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. And then you can sack an artifact, and if you do, return target artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. At -10, you get an emblem. Whenever an artifact is put in a graveyard from the battlefield, return that card to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. The reason I chose Duretti is it allows you consistently that if anyone kills your commander, once you have Luxor Giada's Gift on your commander, that you're going to be able to stop them. So the commission reads, let me get it up here. Frank's commission reads, whichever Planeswalker commander fits the idea below. The main theme I want for this deck is a Planeswalker Voltron Mutate deck. I want to win through commander damage with my Planeswalker commander. The goal is to turn my Planeswalker a creature, even if only temporary, in order to mutate onto it and permanently make it a creature, just to keep mutate triggers as I attack my opponents. Feel free to move up or down the bracket as I select it as needed. I want this to be fun or evil for people I'm playing with. I'm forced to pick colors below, so pick any color you'd like. So, the idea is that normally we're using Luxor Giada's Gift to make them a creature. But what I believe is more fun is if your friends will let you Rule 0 in Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker. He was made before this type of like archetype was really a thing yet. And so I think today, if this card came out, they would have made it like as a commander. Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker says, +1 until end of turn, Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker becomes a legendary 4/4 red dragon creature with flying, indestructible, and haste. Then you use any of the mutate creatures that we have, Cloud Piercer, Everquill Phoenix, or Porca Parrot, to mutate onto them and make it a creature indefinitely. Obviously, this being a mono red deck drastically lowered the amount of creatures for mutate in order to do what you wanted to do, and it makes it less consistent, but Sarkhan does become a creature every turn. Again, if you're not vibing with this, if you think you'd have more fun with me making sure that the commander stays a creature longer, totally fine. Okay, great. Then I just think this is just going to be 10 times more fun than me trying to make the most efficient, like, Planeswalker version of this. So here is how I would suggest playing this list. Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker is -6, is you get an emblem with, at the beginning of your draw step, draw 2 additional cards, and at the beginning of your end step, discard your hand. It makes playing this deck so funny, because you're just going to constantly draw 3 cards, slam them each turn, power up Sarkhan and make them a giant bashing menace, and you're going to be adding Embercleave, Dueling Rapier, Darksteel Plate, and any other artifacts to them to make them this big Voltron creature commander. It'll be super fun. But one thing to note with all of this is I put as many ways as possible for you to get Luxor Giada's Gift out while in mono red. So, some of the biggest things that I suggest doing in order to get it from the deck include all the different strange gambling type effects there are. So gamble, obviously, but there's actually Reckless Handling, which is search your library for an artifact card and then discard randomly too. So if you miss it, you can get ready to give it back to you. We also have Tezzeret. Tezzeret is going to be able to tutor up Luxor's gift, or Luxier's gift. So is Godo. Oh, dude. I got hit with the Sarkon joke so hard at F&M one night. Someone was like, yo, did you see the new Sarkon that got previewed? I was like, there's a new Sarkon? He's like, yeah, Sarkon, he's nuts. And I was like, no. No. It killed me. Like, I was so hyped. I was like, oh, they printed a new Sarkon? He should have, like, not done the joke. He should have seen how excited I was on my face for the new card. Yeah. I also included things like Granite Grip and Claws of Valakut. That said that you get +1/+0 for each mountain you control. And so I made the deck almost all mountains to make sure that you get the max benefit out of that for you. This deck is it's a little difficult to explain what you should be going for. If you're playing the Rule 0 version with Sarkon, all you need to be looking for at all is the mutate creatures and or ways to find them. That's the most important thing possible. If you're not playing those, then I highly suggest looking for any way to go get Lucier's gift. I think it's the best way to do it. But in general, you're just looking for gamble, you're looking for reckless handling, you're looking for Tezzeret, Cruel Captain, Godo, anything that can tutor it up. That's all that really matters. Okay, great. The next thing I suggest keeping in your hand is Disruption. Your deck is just smacking him with your commander. So I think finding something like Wheel of Fortune or Wheel of Misfortune is going to be really good, or Will of Jeskai, because your deck thrives on random crap. Like, every single thing in this deck, I don't know if you noticed, is gas. There's no interaction. I didn't even put Deflecting SWAT in this thing, dude. You notice that? There's things to get rid of stuff that might be stopping you, like a Braid or Chaos Warp. But dog, we're flying by the seat of our pants, and we're going to be jamming some awesome big artifact or enchantment every single freaking turn. And the reason I built it that way is because of Sarkon's -6 emblem. Oh, is the stream getting choppy? Do I need to up the bit rate? It's good on your end? Okay. Got it. Let me up the bit rate real quick for us. Okay. There we go. Let me know if that helps, guys. I upped the bit rate. Should make it better. So, let's talk about how to win. Because right now, the deck... Oh, why is Academy Manufacturing here? That should have been Kedis. So, in a deck where all you're doing is smacking someone with commander damage, that's fine and dandy, that's fun. But how to actually win in a deck like this is the moment where your friends start politicking. Because you have to become the clown at the table and telling everyone you'll take out the problem player, and the person you define as the problem player just has to be whoever you think has the least amount of tools to kill Sarkon. Then eventually you put something on Sarkon like, I don't know, Dark Steel Plate, and make sure your friends can't kill it. They can only exile it. And that's when you're going to be okay. But that's what I would highly suggest. And then, of course, Sword of Light and Shadow, Sword of Fire and Ice, and Sword of Feast and Famine cover black, green, red, blue, and white. So that way you can get protection from every color. And then we also have Commander's Plate to give it protection from everything from red. That's how you actually win. It's just giving Sarkhan protection. So that way you can smack in. But although that's how you win, it's not what you want to keep in your opening hand. Keep a wheel and a way to either get one of the mutate creatures or get Lucier's Gift. That's how we do it. So within our playtest here, we have fast ways to get our commander out. But again, no draw, no disrupt, and no way to get Lucier's Gift. Not worth keeping. Oh, jeez, this is a fun hand, though. It's a fun hand. Oh, we do have a wheel. Never mind, we're good. We do have a wheel. Good, good, good. All right, so let's draw. Land. Skirt Prospect. I did it again. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Okay, I'll remember. I'm going to put a sticky note on my computer. Sorry, guys. I keep forgetting that. All right, turn 1, Skirt Prospector. Turn 2, land. I think it's Will the Jest Guy time already. Because, again, we're trying to dissuade our friends. But at the same time, we could cast Commander's Plate this turn. But that's it. And that is really good and all. I know. But I think it's better we disrupt our friends. So we're going to Lotus Petal, Skirt Prospector. And then we're going to discard hand and draw 5 cards. Great. Very good. That was literally perfect. Now our friends' hands are disrupted, and we're ready to start slamming. 1, 2, 3. Tezzeret, Cruel Captain. -4. Or -3, I mean. And we're gonna go grab ourselves Lucier Giada's Gift. Awesome. Next turn, land, and we're going to play Lucier's Gift, which is funny because we could equip it to Tezzeret, but we're not going to. Tezzeret goes up 1, and then we'll do... Actually, do we? That'd be kind of funny. I don't think we should, though. We'll do 2 for Black Blade Reforged, bringing up Tezzeret. And then we're going to kill our own Tezzeret, -3, and we're going to go grab Soul Ring. And play Soul Ring. Awesome. Oh! This is awesome. Oh my gosh, what a hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I count that right? Okay. 5. Sarkhan gets to come out. And then we are going to pay the 1 for Lucier's Gift and the 1 for Dueling Rapier. Sarkhan gets to smack in base tower 4/4 plus the 4 counters on it from it being a planeswalker. So it's an 8/8. And then it's a 10/8 due to Dueling Rapier. So we instantly smack in with a 10/8. And then we'll +1 Sarkhan. Which was that ability. So technically it's an 11/9. 11/9 on turn 5 commander is pretty dope, and it's about to get way bigger. Dear God. So we'll pay 3 and attach Black Blade Reforged. We'll do the +1 to 6. So now he's a 10, 12, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 18, 16 currently. Yeah, and then we're just gonna attach to make it the full 21, 19. Oh my gosh. And now we just one-shot someone on turn 6 with a, and I quote, flying indestructible haste 4/4. There we go, baby. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Frank, I hope you enjoy. Very fun list to make. Let me add these to the website updating. Good. Next time the website updates, these will all be put up onto your profiles. Awesome, Frank. I'm glad you enjoyed. Okay, our next deck is for Silence. I do need to go a little fast today due to my limited time availability. Silence, Bilbo, Birthday Celebrant. Let's talk about this because it is a very interesting deck. I was asked to make a deck. The idea is a deck that just tells you not to swing at me, but secretly we force them to swing at us and punish them for doing so. And then the recommended commanders were Ogachi, Vengeful Kami, and then Teysa and Envoy of Ghosts, Crackback. I went in a bit of an interesting direction with this. So you need people to swing at you to make this type of deck works. Originally, I was like, oh, well, Monarch is the most obvious, right? But Monarch can get taken from you, and then you have to swing at them, and that's not really what the point of the deck is. So I went with Bilbo, Birthday Celebrant. It says, if you would gain life, you would gain that much life +1 instead. But then, for 5 mana and tap, exile Bilbo, Birthday Celebrant, search your library for any number of creature cards and put them onto the battlefield. And activate them only if you have 111 or more life. People are going to read this card and go, we have to swing at the Bilbo player, right? And in their heads, they're going to think, oh, I need to swing at him because his deck's about gaining life, and then he has that big ultimate ability, which we still do, and we still do those things. That is correct. But, yeah, right, he's not Abzan. I don't understand why he's considered Abzan. It's the black makes no sense. So, we are going to fill the deck full of fog effects. Dawn Charm, Divine Reflection, Fog. Creatures deal no damage this turn. And then, I didn't add Obscuring Haze. Why didn't I add Obscuring Haze? What in the world? It's literally the free. Did I add? Yeah. I don't know why I didn't have Obscuring Haze in here. That was a little weird. But then we also have effects like Michigokanda, Truthseeker, that says whenever a source an opponent controls deals damage to you, that player sacrifices a permanent. It's probably the influence of the ring. Yeah, I would agree. And so the entire deck is full of ways to stop damage happening to you. And then when people finally think they can kill you with something, you're going to cast Arachnogenesis or Ink Shield. It says prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. For each 1 damage prevented this way, create a 2/1 black and white Inkling creature token with flying. What's up, Goku Dragonheart? What's up? No darkness. So much of this deck is also still things like Boon Reflection. If you would gain life, you gain twice that much life instead. And then let's say one of your friends plays like a Storm deck or whatever and is trying to win the game. You're going to hit them with the funniest green card ever. And I actually built a modern deck around this card a while ago. It's called Weather the Storm. Oh, where is it? Am I dumb? Oh, there it is. It was in this weird version. There we go. Weather the Storm. So Weather the Storm says, let me get a normal version of it. You gain 3 life, Storm. So you're one of your friends is, going off, plays like 6 artifacts in one turn. You go, okay, Storm. Gain 21 life because it'll be 7 spells at that point. So I love that card. That's a really fun one to have in the deck. Highly suggest it. And then we also have things like Luminous Broodmoth. If they do try to kill a bunch of your creatures that prevent combat damage, they'll just come back. And so whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return to the battlefield with a flying counter on it. Kami the False Hope, sacrifice, prevent all combat damage. Spore Frog, sacrifice, prevent all combat damage. And then we're going to get to do it again because of Luminous Broodmoth. Very fun. In the end of the day, there's still the chance that we genuinely and legitimately gain the 111 life. Definitely can happen. And if that happens, and we do get to activate it, we're going to have Craterhoof come down. But let's say we only have like 4 or 5 creatures. Like, this deck isn't massive with creatures. There's only 26. So like 4 or 5 creatures in one game makes sense. This says get as many number of creatures as we want. So that does not matter. But they don't have haste, right? So to make sure they have haste, we included Surok and Goreclaw. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on them, and they gain haste until end of turn. So they'll all gain haste and +1, and then all the +1 to Craterhoof. Swing in, win. Easy peasy. But the other thing Surok does for us, outside of winning through Craterhoof, is it gives haste to our mana dorks to use them for later turns and make it easier. And we have cards like Essence Warden and Soul's Attendant that say whenever a creature enters the battlefield, gain a life, and Soul Warden. So that's mainly how we're gaining our life. So, how do we win with this deck? Your opening hand needs to have, needs at least 1 fog effect. Minimum 1 fog effect. And we keep using that word again. Fog, it's based on the original card Fog. Creatures deal no combat damage this turn. At least 1 fog effect. And then step 2 is 1 piece of ramp. So anything, any artifact, and any one of our mana dorks. And then if we can, if we're lucky, so those first 2 were the needs, a fog and a mana ramp. The third thing we need to grab, it'd be nice to have, is something that either says something to Meech Kakanda's effect, which is whenever a source an opponent deals damage to you, they sacrifice it. So something that's like a crackback card, or something that gains us life, such as like Essence Warden or Soul's Warden or Soul's Attendant. So that's the want. So mana, I said, what was that I say again? I said, yeah, mana ramp, fog effect, and then if we can, something that gains life. So let's look for that. No lander. Okay, we have a fog effect, and we have no ramp, and then we have gain, life gain. This hand will not play out well. Trust me. Put that one back. All right, we got life gain, and we got a crackback effect instead of fog. That works perfectly. That's fine. So we went down to 6 to get this hand, so we had to put this card in the bottom of our library, and we'll draw for turn. What's up, Otter Pirate? So Flooded Strand goes into the graveyard, and we're going to go grab ourselves a white green land, I think? No, white-black. Yeah, white-black. Which is what? Tundra? Or scrub? Scrubland. Seen? Oh my, I did it. I freaking did it. Oh my gosh. We need to add like a button y'all can press to like air horn me at this point. We got to figure that out. This is just a problem. This is a big problem. Soul's Warden gets out turn 1. Oh dear God, Jay. And then we're going to put in Hushwood Verge. And now, as you guys can see, we've officially picked up a fog effect. Awesome. But we want to get Bilbo out next turn, or Meech Kakanda. So we're going to do this Talisman, because instead of Bilbo, because we don't really need him yet, because we don't have any life gain effects other than Soul Warden. Actually, we have Soul Warden. That's true. So instead of playing the Talisman, we're going to hold up this fog effect. And we'll cast it when any one of your friends, if they're playing aggro, does. We should get Jet to code you like a script or something. Yeah, that'd be good. Next turn, play a land. Bilbo comes in. Soul's Warden gains us a life. And then we will gain 2 life and go to 42. Because Bilbo says whenever you gain life, gain extra. Awesome. Woo, okay. Talisman. And then whenever someone tries to attack us this next turn, boom, Holy Day, prevent all combat damage. That will be dealt this turn. Ooh, nice. I think we're going to go with Luminous Broodmoth, and we'll gain 2. That way, if anything dies, we can just block with it, and it doesn't matter. It comes back with flying. So someone tries to attack us this next turn. We block with Bilbo. Bilbo dies. We return it with a flying counter on it. And then we'll gain 2 life. Windswept Heath, lose a life. Go grab a, not a Temple Garden, a What's the other white-green land? Or do we already have it? No, we don't. Am I crazy? The white Savannah, right. Go grab Savannah. We'll play out Deathrite Shaman, gain 2 life. And then we'll pay for Meech Gakanda, because right now we don't have any way to prevent damage in our hand, and we want to make sure that happens. We have Luminous Broodmoth out, so we can block and do that with it, but we'd rather keep our stuff. So Meech Gakanda, now our friends are all trying to get us to lose life, but even if they attack us, they're going to have to sacrifice permanents. One of your friends, let's say, has a ton of tokens. Let's say they have the ability to do that. We'll block with the Deathrite Shaman and Meech Gakanda, and then no damage gets through. And then both these come back with flying counters on it because of Luminous Broodmoth, and we gain 1, 2, 3, 4 life. Next turn, we'll let this Overgrown Tomb come in tapped, and then we're going to pay for Cosmos Elixir. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card. If your life total is greater than your starting life total, which it is, and we'll draw an extra card at the end. Same thing happens next turn. We block with the Essence Warden. It comes back with a flying counter on it. And oh, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. If you would gain life, gain twice that much life instead. If you would draw a card except your first one, and your draw step draws 2 cards instead. So we're going to tap 5, put this out, and then we're going to exile a card from someone's library and gain 2 life, which will then gain 3 because of Bilbo, and then we gain 6 because of the archive, and we go up to 57 life, and then at our end step, we draw 2 cards from Cosmos Elixir. So at this point, we've done everything we can to keep the game going longer, stall, and we've really done a really good job of keeping ourselves healthy. And then eventually, if we're lucky, especially now with all these extra draw effects that we have, we'll eventually find one of our Haze or Crackback cards. But we already have Meech Gakanda, so if anyone does actually hit us with damage, they're sacrificing their permanents, which is pretty dope. Next turn, we'll play out this Gemstone, or actually do the Wooded Bastion, and we'll play Boon Reflection. We'll gain 2 life by using Deathrite Shaman's ability. We gain 1, 2, and then 3 because of Bilbo, and then 6 because of Archive, and then 12 because of Boon Reflection. And we'll go up to 69 life. Nice. End turn, draw 2 cards because of Cosmos Elixir. I think you guys are kind of seeing the math here. And then our friends are going to continually try to kill us, and we'll be able to block with things and have them come back with Luminous Broodmoth, or have Meech Gakanda make them lose permanents, and eventually we'll get to slam our Bilbo, win the game. We just don't know how long that stalling really ends up having to last. That wasn't even a very good hand. Like, we didn't get any, like, the really big cards that game that, like, really accelerate things. We didn't get Arachnogenesis or Ink Shield. So this deck might suffer from not having tutors, especially as a deck that stalls. So I might suggest to what you own Silence. If you own a Demonic Tutor, if you own any good, like, efficient tutors, I'd add them in the deck. I think that sounds like it would actually help this deck a lot out, but I don't want to break your budget. All right, Silence. Shaylee Ray. Let's get into Shaylee Ray. Is Shaylee Ray here? They're normally here. Yo, awesome. All right, Shaylee Ray. I'm going to read this out. Deadpool trading card or something else. I really like scam effects as defensive tricks and clone copy effects. Cheat death effects and my opponent's battlefield full of Deadpools. I'd like it to feel a little bit different from the normal oops 30 Deadpool decks, but I just don't know the pizzazz I'm missing. I have the pizzazz you're missing. Welcome to Deadpool and his evil allies. Deadpool says, as Deadpool enters, you may exchange the text box and another creature's. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 3 life. For 3 colorless, sacrifice this creature. Each other opponent draws a card. Now, here's the fun part. We're not just going to take our opponent's cards. We're going to take our own. Burning Rune Demon. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for exactly 2 cards not named Burning Rune Demon. And so now we re-ETB Burning Rune Demon with Deadpool, so they enter as Burning Rune Demon. And then we also are going to consistently be using an insane amount of scam effects in this list. Let's go over a couple. Abnormal Endurance. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield. Again, Demonic Gifts. Again, Fake Your Own Death. Again, Feign Death. Again, Malakir Rebirth. Again, Not Dead After All. Again, Presumed Dead. Again, Return to Action. Again, Supernatural Stamina. Again, Undying Malice. Again, Vincent's Limit Break. Everybody, we are going to be running the worst tax fraud scheme of all time. And then we're also going to get a ton of mana out of it because we're going to be sacrificing our own creatures with things like Infernal Plunge, Culling the Weak, Viscera Seer, Umbral Caller Zealot that allow us to sack creatures and get benefit out of it. Ruthless Technomancer. When it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature you control, and if you do, create a number of treasure tokens equal to that creature's power. We're going to be re-ETBing our own stuff, but we still have the availability to do that to our opponent's things. So we have omitted the extra cards that normally copy Deadpool and normally allow us to make him get re-enter the battlefield triggers and do cool things and destroy people's creatures. And instead, we're going to be re-ETBing any things that our opponents have or our own. And then when they die, we're going to be getting them back with Animate Dead, Dance of the Dead, Reanimate, and other abilities that allow us to go get things back. Blood for Bones. We on it, baby. And in fact, instead of faithless looting, honestly, Victimize. Now that I gotta throw in Victimize. It's so freaking good, especially the fact that I got this insane special guest version. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. I don't think I bought one yet. I still really want one. They're expensive. They're like $65. So, what do you want in a Deadpool deck? All you need to make sure is your opening hand has a scam effect. That's it. You're just praying for a scam effect. That's all. That's all you need. That's it. The rest of the deck will play itself from there. I have included enough sacrifice and enough targetable creatures that just getting that is awesome. Then a want within the deck is extra mana and or tutor. So as long as you have a scam effect, and then if you're lucky, some mana and our tutor, you're good to go. Life's going to be great. We're going to switch scenes now and see if we can make that happen. Oh, I'm sorry. Before we switch over, the other win con, my bad. Your other win condition is World Gorger Dragon. So, World Gorger Dragon, when it enters the battlefield, exile all other permanents you control. When it leaves the battlefield, return the exiled cards under their owner's control. So what we do is we put World Gorger Dragon in our graveyard, and then we're going to hit it with Animate Dead. Animate Dead will reanimate the World Gorger Dragon, but World Gorger Dragon will exile Animate Dead. And now we get this infinite loop of exiling our entire board and then re-entering everything onto the battlefield constantly in an infinite loop. And we have an insane amount of things in our deck that will kill everyone for doing so. Gray Merchant, Archon, Burning Rune Demon, where is it? Terror in the Peaks. And then if we want to stop the loop, we also have things like Ruthless Technomancer to make sure we can stop the loop and sack our own World Gorger Dragon. And or we can sack it to something like Viscera Seer or something else. So, let's see if we can do that now. Let's switch scenes. Okay. We asked for at least one scam effect, and then if not, a tutor. We found the tutor. That works out for us. We can go get the scam effect with Vampiric Tutor, and we found mana, and we have something we like to ETB, which is pretty cool. Or sorry, something that works with scamming, which is Ob Nixilis here. So we'll draw for turn, play a land, we'll play out, we'll do Command Tower, and then we'll do Mox Diamond, get rid of this mountain. On our opponent's end step, we Vampiric Tutor. And we're going to go find something that allows us to do scamming effects. Like something that will consistently allow us to redo things. We'll find the first one. Supernatural Stamina. Very good. Next turn, play a land. Next, play a land. And we're going to play out Deadpool. Deadpool flips with somebody else. Awesome. We have their card now. Ooh. That's pretty nasty.
You need a break?
Dire Fleet Ravager. Whenever Dire Fleet Ravager enters the battlefield, every player loses a third of their life rounded up. Not bad for turn 4. Not bad. Oh, perfect. Finally. Okay. So there's a couple things we can do here. I say we want to keep playing out these awesome cards in our hand and slamming off super cool things. So Ob Nixilis says, whenever an opponent searches the library, they lose 10 life and they sack a creature. Pretty good. And then whenever a creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Ob Nixilis. Awesome. Oh, baby. It's scamming time, everybody. It's scamming time. Demonic Tutor. We're going to go grab anything that sacrifices. And I think we're going to do this Master of Dark Rites. Because it'll help us cast the demons in our hand, which will be really fun. But it's not a consistent sack, so we can go get Viserys here and or the new Surveil one, which is really fun. Either one's good.
Sora, you wanted one.
Let's get the other one. I don't know his name yet because he's from one of the newest sets.
Their destinies become intertwined.
Let's find him.
Part of each other's lives.
It's the one that surveils whenever you sack. Is he like a priest or something? Can I search priest and find him? No. Is he at the bottom here? Ruthless Technomancer also sounds really good, though. Ooh. We might want to get Ruthless Technomancer. Yeah, Ruthless Technomancer also sounds fun here, too. Umbra Collar? Thank you. We'll get Umbra Collar. And then put him out. And then Umbra Collar, we're going to sack Dire Fleet Ravager. We'll put that on the stack. And we'll Supernatural Stamina the Dire Fleet Ravager. We'll get to Surveil 1. We'll Surveil Ripples of Undeath into our graveyard. And then we'll have Dire Fleet Ravager come back. And everyone loses a third of their life rounded up. Dope. End step. We're going to Imperial Seal. Or not end step. Second main. Imperial Seal. And we're going to go grab Gray Merchant. Because, dear God, do we have a lot of mana. And that goes on top for library and we draw it return. Awesome. Let's do 5 mana. Gray Merchant. We'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Deal 7 damage to everyone and gain 21 life. Woo! And then we can sacrifice it using Umbral Zealot. But abnormal endurance, have it come back. And then let's say someone kills Deadpool, or it happened within the last turn. Re-ETB it as Gray Merchant. It's awesome. And so what happens is, without seeing another player on this board right now, what we're not seeing is if anyone tries to kill one of our things, we can react with our scam cards. Right now, I'm having to do it proactive, so it ends up slowing down the game plan because we have to sack our own things. But very often, people will cast Blasphemous Act. People will cast, something to kill one of our creatures. That's when you fire them off. And so I tried to take the Deadpool concept and then serve it this way. What I suggest is if you find yourself wanting to do more Deadpool, like fun shenanigans by copying him, take out more of the cards like Corp Connoisseur and Demon Lord Belzenlock, or Metamorphosis Fanatic that have good ETBs or graveyard effects, and replace them with things to copy your Deadpool. But I tried to go as far in the other direction as I could to make it more unique, like you were asking. So I hope I didn't pizzazz too hard. But I thought this would be really fun. And a unique way to play Deadpool. So, enjoy. Thank you so much, Shaylee Ray Collins, for your commission. That was very fun to make, and I had a good time doing it. Yeah. Conjurer's Closet is a wonderful addition to a deck like that. Absolutely. It's less scam related, so I kept it on scam, but if you want re-ETB, oh yeah. Conjurer's Closet is cracked. Absolutely put it in. 100%. All right, it's Samsung. This is your Brea Ethereum Shaper. Brea Ethereum Shaper. Let's talk about it. Let's get into Samsung's. Did I like misspell their name or something? I don't think I did. Oh, good, Samson. Good. Why did I spell your name Samsung? No, that's how you put it. You put an H in your name in the Discord thing. Absolutely, Shaylee Ray. So, I made bracket 4 Brea. That's what was asked of me. Brea, bracket 4, I want to abuse artifact ETB triggers, blinking Brea and using her ability. Ladies and gentlemen, because we are not CDH, because this is not bracket 5, what we made sure to do... Oh, HG is my other initials. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Samson HG. Got it. I like that. So, the idea with Brea is the ETB effect makes 2/1/1 Thopters, and then we sacrifice Thopters and do awesome things with it, such as gain life, deal damage, and kill creatures. Really great way to control the whole game. Super strong commander. It's really good. What I decided to do is make sure, one, because we're in bracket 4, there's no win cons that don't include Brea. Every win con includes Brea. That means no Thasas. That means no Brain Freeze Breach Thasas. None of that. It's all about Brea. So, what are the win cons in this list? First off, we have Displacer Kitten and Teferi Time Raveler to infinitely replay and re-ETB Brea. Or if we only have Displacer Kitten or only have Teferi out, we still get to do that just a limited number of times. Next to that, re-ETBing and playing Brea, we're going to be using Isochron Scepter with Dramatic Reversal. So Dramatic Reversal reads, untap all non-land permanents. So if we have any artifacts that produce more than 2 total mana together, then we can go infinite with Isochron Scepter. Isochron Scepter says imprint. Whenever Isochron Scepter enters the battlefield, you may exile an instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your hand. We're going to exile an imprint, Dramatic Reversal. Then we pay 2 colorless and tap Isochron Scepter, and it copies the imprinted card, which is Dramatic Reversal. That untaps Isochron Scepter. And if we untap, let's say, a Soul Ring and a Mox Opal at the same time, Isochron Scepter now nets us 1 mana every time we tap it. And we can make infinite mana of any color with the Mox Opal, and then using the colorless from Soul Ring to continue to activate. Now that we have infinite mana of any color, we can sacrifice Brea to their own effect. Brea says 2 generic, sacrifice 2 artifacts. Brea is an artifact. We can then sack Brea, deal 3 damage to a player, and then with our infinite mana, replay Brea from the command zone, make 2 more Thopters, and make infinite Thopters and do infinite damage to the table. We can also make infinite mana to do this with Valley Floodcaller plus Banishing Knack. Valley Floodcaller says you may cast non-creature spells as though they have flash. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get to untap Valley Floodcaller. Banishing Knack says, until end of turn, target creature, that'll be our Valley Floodcaller, gains, tap, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So if we do this, and we put back in our hand any artifact that nets more mana than it costs, that would be Mana Vault, Mox Opal, or Soul Ring, we can make infinite mana by replaying the artifact, tapping it for mana, tapping Valley Floodcaller to put that artifact back in our hand, replaying the artifact, which untaps Valley Floodcaller, and we go infinite from there. From there, with that infinite mana, we infinitely sack Brea and replay them from the command zone. Ta-da! The rest of this deck is a control shell and ways to tutor up all of your win cons and control the table with Counterbalance, and then Rhystic Study, Smothering Tithe, and then as a backup plan, we have Underworld Breach to get back any of the spells that we really need, such as another tutor. Yeah, it's really fun. And so you're a bracket 4, and I wanted to make sure you had all the tools that you needed to play the game without losing its flavor. I didn't want to give you a win con that wasn't about Brea like you were asking. And then we're going to abuse Brea's normal ability of re-ETBing with things like Displacer Kitten and other fun re-ETB cards, such as, and oh, whoops, I don't need Entomb in here. What is that in there? We're going to be including Essence Flux as another way to re-ETB our commander. And then get to continually sack those extra 2 Thopters and control the board by gaining life, -4/-4ing our opponents' creatures, and dealing damage to them and or their planeswalkers. The best thing to do in this deck 100% with your opening hand is find extra mana, always, and some way to get Displacer Kitten. I think that's the best type of opening hand in this deck. So that can be Demonic Tutor, Diabolic Intent, Imperial Seal, Vampiric Tutor, anything you can. And if you can't find it, you want to find something to draw yourself cards. Rhystic Study, Mystic Remora, or Copy Enchantment, because let's face it, guys, at bracket 4, one of your friends is definitely going to be dropping a Rhystic Study. We'll just get theirs by copying the enchantment. So let's see if we can get that in an opening hand. Oh, this is gas. This is unbelievable gas. Bro. Oh, yeah, this hand's amazing. Wow. Okay, sick. The reason it's awesome is we have 3 lands. That's great because Brea is, in fact, 4 different color pips. We have a draw spell on turn 1, and then we have a tutor on turn 2, so we can go get Displacer Kitten. And then we have 1 ring to protect ourselves and draw more cards, and Toxic Deluge to wipe the table before we go for any of our own shenanigans. Super awesome. So we'll play Hallowed Fountain, Esper Sentinel, Mox Opal. Let's say we draw 2 cards with Esper Sentinel, because it's bracket 4 and people are going to be playing their Soul Rings. People are going to be playing their Mana Vaults. Awesome. Misty Rainforest. Go grab ourselves an Underground Sea. And then we'll play this Chromox. We'll imbue Toxic Deluge because we don't want to kill our own Esper Sentinel. We like him too much. And we will... do we play the One Ring or Imperial Seal here? I vote we play the One Ring. Because now next turn we can Imperial Seal and immediately draw that card. So we'll tap and draw. Let's say we draw 1 card from our opponents. They don't do much next turn. And we'll go to our next turn. So this is turn 3. And I think we can win the game? Oh my gosh. I think we win. I was going to play Brea and start doing the control game thing we got, but I think I just made the deck too good. Imperial Seal. We'll go grab... oh my gosh. We go grab ourselves Displacer Kitten. Put it on top of our library. Tap the One Ring and draw 2. Exile Simian Spirit Guide. Add a red. 2, 3, 4. And we'll play Displacer Kitten. We'll tap the Mox Opal for blue. And we'll cast Banishing Knack on Displacer Kitten. Which will flicker Mox Opal. Oh, okay. So it's not this turn. We win next turn. Okay. So we'll flicker the One Ring instead. Flicker the One Ring. And we'll draw a card. Oh. Yeah, we definitely win. Yeah, we win this turn. Draw 2 through the One Ring. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, cool. Pay 3 mana. Wishclaw Talisman. And, oh, actually, even better. Tap the Mox Opal in 2. Intuition. Flicker Mox Opal. Make an extra floating mana. Dark Ritual. Cabal Ritual. And Mana Vault. They'll give us the Mana Vault because they don't want us to have colored pips. And we get the Mana Vault. Cast Mana Vault. Flicker Mox Opal. Oh, we don't even need to tap. We had a floating mana. Awesome. Make 4 mana. 5 mana total. Use 2 of it to cast Talisman of Dominance. Flicker Mana Vault. Go up to 6 total mana. 7 total mana. We'll use 3 of it to cast Wishclaw Talisman and use it. Which goes and grabs Teferi. Casting Wishclaw triggers will flicker Mox Opal. Use Mox Opal mana. Cast Teferi Time Raveler. Untapping Mox Opal. We -3 Teferi. Tap Mox Opal, put it back in our hand. Make infinite mana using our Mox Opal, replaying it, and flickering Teferi Time Raveler. Giving it 4 loyalty and being able to be used again constantly. And then with our infinite mana, ETB Breya. Make 2 Thopters. Sacrifice Breya to their own ability, +1 of the Thopters. And deal 3 damage to an opponent. And then we'll infinitely do that, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. That is awesome. What in the world? Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of fake texts. I just got a text that says, hey, this is my new number. That's funny. Awesome, y'all. I hope you enjoy the deck. Samson, very much enjoyed making it. I love making powerful decks that still hold on to the theme. Mwah. Je ne sais quoi. It's the best. Queen in Red. Is Queen in Red in the chat? It is your time. We're doing a new deck from a set that's not even out yet. That's how you know this stuff's fresh. Do we got Queen in Red? Samson, I'm so glad you enjoy it. Yeah, I think you're going to love it. I know you're going to love it. It'll be a blast. Do we got Queen in Red? Oh, that wasn't a fake number. Never mind. That was someone that used to work at my local game store. All right, Queen in Red. Sorry you're not here. I'll make sure to @ you on Discord to know that your deck is here. Ashling Rekindled, everybody. From the new expansion coming out next year. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Ashling Rekindled, you may discard a card, and if you do, draw a card. So it is a 2-mana ETB loot effect, or rummaged effect. So you discard and then draw. And at the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay blue. If you do, you transform it. Whenever this creature transforms into Ashling Rhymebound, and at the beginning of your first main phase, add 2 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast spells with mana value 4 or greater. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay red. If you do, transform. Boom, put it back. So if you want more mana, you keep it on this side. If you want more card draw, you keep it on this side, or card selection. So I built this deck around the fact we're going to be slinging spells, right? We got Archmage Emeritus. You draw on instants of sorceries being cast or copied. Same with Archmage of Runes, except only for casting. Stormkiln Artist to make more mana. Harmonic Prodigy, Veyrin, Ral. All these awesome things that help us re-trigger those creatures. And then Vivi, which all of you know from the newest Final Fantasy set, that allows us to make a ton of extra mana via generating spells. Now for the spice. Anamontu's Augury. Exile the top 8 cards of your library. You may put a land card from them onto the battlefield, and until end of turn, for each non-land card type, you may cast a spell of that type from among the exiled cards without paying their mana cost. We're going to be jamming gigantic 8 to 10 mana spells, the apex of power, you know, like just crazy big stuff. And then eventually, with all the mana we're creating, crackle with power in order to kill the table. And that's what I hope to do, is generate an insane amount of mana, an insane amount of triggers, and then slam something that just burns the table out. That's the whole point of the deck. This is true fun battle cruiser spellslinger. We are jamming the highest mana value instant and sorceries the game has to offer. Our game changes are Jessica's Will to make more mana and draw more cards, Mystical Tutor to get the cards we want, and Underworld Breach in order to go back through our graveyard and generate more mana by replaying spells that we need to make that mana. Our opening hand for Ashling should always include, do not play this deck without keeping what I'm about to say in your dang opening hand. You better listen. The number one thing to keep in the opening of an Ashling hand, says it on the back of the card, you need a card. Spend this mana only to cast spells with mana value 4 or greater. There is no point in playing this deck if you do not keep a hand with a card 4 or greater. Otherwise, look, I get it. Maybe your opening hand is 2 lands, Harmonic Prodigy, Veyron, Voice of Duality, Birgi, Vivi, and Rite of Flame. Now, is that technically the correct hand to keep? Duh, that hand's cracked. But that's not why you're playing the commander, dog. That's not why you're playing this. So don't do it. Play the deck for the deck. That's what we do around here at DefCat MTG, baby. Which, if you have not gotten yourself your own deck yet, head on over to my Patreon. Get yourself a deck, sign on up. Come join the Discord. What are you doing? Now, it's time to see if we can do what I just said. Let's flip on over. You see everybody? Look at this sin. Look at this sin. 3 lands. Amazing cards. But in fact, a 4 mana spell we get to cast, baby. That's how we like it. That's how we like it. What a cracked hand. Oh my lord. All right, we'll draw for turn. We'll play out this Polluty Duty. Go grab ourselves a Troppy Poppy. What? Not tropical. Balsamic Island. Oh, wait. Oh, this isn't a... Duh. I didn't put True Duels in this deck. Queen in Red literally asked me not to do that. Duh. Steam Vents. And now we're going to pass it on over. No 1 CMC, right? Okay, we're good to go. We'll do River Glide on blue. And then we're going to cast Ashling. And we're going to discard and draw. And we will discard this Otawara and draw a card. Awesome. Turn 3. At the beginning of your first main phase, what do we do? What do we do, everybody? We flip it. Let's do it. So we're going to pay the blue, and we're going to flip our commander over. And now, when it transforms, we add 2 mana, and we can use it to only cast spells that are 4 or more. We only got 1 of those in our hand, and that is our Pirate's Prize. It's time to do it. We're going to play land for turn. We're going to play this Sink into Stupor. And we're going to pay 2, and then the 2 from Ashling to cast Pirate's Prize. Draw 2 cards and create a treasure token. Awesome. Pull a treasure out. And then we'll go to discard, and we'll discard this City of Brass. Awesome. Turn 4, y'all, we're going to keep that mana flowing only if we have something 4 or greater. Do we have it? No, we do not. It's time to rummage. Flip them over. Keep track of that commander. Don't forget, it's an upkeep trigger. And we get to draw and discard a card. And we'll discard probably the Chaos Warp. Yeah. We'll play land for turn. And we are going to cast our Archmage Emeritus. Awesome. We've set ourselves up for a fantastic turn 5. It's time to start showing you what this deck can do. On upkeep, take the blue, and we're going to flip on over, and we're going to get that 2 extra mana, and we're going to cast as many spells as we freaking can, and we're going to find something for Ashling to get to cast for us. We're going to go hard. All right. First thing we're going to do, Harmonic Prodigy. And remember, we got a blue and a red floating. So let's keep that in mind. But it can only be used on things, you know, above that mana value. Or sorry, Ashling can't get cast first. I'm dumb. Or not Harmonic Prodigy. We need to cast our Frantic Search. Frantic Search will untap 3 lands. We will draw a card, and then we'll draw 2 and discard 2. That'll be Prismari Command and Mana Geyser. Yeah. Good. Because we don't really know how many, you know, things our opponents have yet. Now we'll cast probably Electrosalting Battery, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah. So Pyretic Ritual, draw a card, make 3 red. Use the 3 red for Electrosalting Battery. And then we'll pay a blue, draw a card, draw 3, and put 1 back on top, and make a red mana. So now we have 1 red mana floating we're allowed to cast. Yeah, it looks like we need 1 more turn to really do this. So it's Harmonic Prodigy here. Yeah, we were 1 mana short. We were literally 1 mana short. Because we could have casted Past in Flames. Oh, wait. We have 1 red floating. We can't make mana with 1 red. Yeah. So we have to wait till next turn. Harmonic Prodigy comes out. This game is game over, y'all. This is game over. This is game over. All right. We're going to cast Lightning Bolt, which makes us 2 red. We also have a blue and a red in our mana pool from Ashling. We're going to get to draw 2 cards. And we're going to get to continually re-trigger our commanders like crazy and draw an insane amount of cards and make an insane amount of mana. Dear God, have mercy. We'll pay 2 red, 2 and a red, 1 and a red. There we go. My brain's working. For Runaway Steam Kiln. Or we'll use 2 of the floating red instead of having to use our lands. That's fine. And then for 4 mana, we'll cast Big Score. We'll get 2 red. We'll add a counter to this Runaway Steam Kiln. And then we'll make 2 treasure tokens. And we'll draw 2 cards. Yeah. We got 3 red. Why not? We'll use 3 red to cast some Seething Song. Yeah, Seething Song. And we'll make 5 red. Draw 2 cards. And make an extra 2 red. And then add a counter to Runaway Steam Kiln. As you can see, we now have an insane amount of stuff in our graveyard that makes us a lot of mana. We have Past in Flames to recast all of those cards and make an insane amount of more mana. And we're going to win the game by continually casting and comping all the cards in our graveyard and then going to hit them with a massive crackle with power. Just absolutely massive. So let's show how we do that. We'll use a blue and a red to cast Snap. And we'll untap 2 lands, draw 2 cards, make 2 red, and then we'll untap 2 lands. Then we'll cast, why not? Apex of Power for 10 mana. Why not? Add a counter, remove 3 to make 3 red and make 2 red. So we're going down to 5 red in our pool. And then we draw 2 cards. And then we exile up to 7 cards on the top of our library. And until end of turn, you may cast spells from among them. if this was cast from your hand, add 10 mana of any color. And we'll add 10 blue. Exile the top 7. Oh gosh, yeah. As you can tell, we're going to make an insane amount of mana. And then we're going to X equals a billion crackle with power. Full manual storm. No infinites. Abusing that Ashling flip mechanic to get what we need every turn. Do we need more cards or do we need more mana? It's such a fun commander at such a low CMC. And as long as you're paying attention to your hand, it's just cracked. It's just awesome. So anyone who loves manual storm commanders and wants something that we're not trying to go CDH, we're also not trying to be Weenie Hut General, Ashling is the perfect middle ground because Ashling themselves aren't a combo piece. They're not Ral. You know, it's not like we got Ral in the command zone and we're just gunning to flip Ral and win the game instantly. Ashling is that perfect, fun, manual bracket 3 storm. It is, I'm going to say, the most fair and the most fun. So if you guys play Vivi and your friends are sick of it, pick up Ashling when they come out or print off a proxy now and start enjoying it early like a regular person. Like, literally just print it out and cut it out, put it in front of a token. Enjoy. Just remember that you need the backside because it is two-sided. But 100%, highly recommend this commander. Can't say more about it. Very excited for anyone who likes spell sling within bracket 3. I just think it's the card we've been looking for a long time. Ooh. No Obnick. What is up? Do we got no Obnick in the chat? Are they here yet? Also, welcome everybody. A full 30 of you watching. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. It's really nice to see all of you. How are you doing? If you're watching and you want a deck done like this, just like yourself, go to my Patreon. Go get your deck. We are full on 3 streams a week. We've been showing off like almost 30 decks a week. I did do the deck for Esh Money. Oh, not yet. It's the last deck of the stream, though. Esh Money is the last deck of the stream. All right, no Obnick. Let's go over this Lightning Army of One. I was asked to make a super fun, big slammers, no BS Lightning deck. You said one of my 2 main theme of the deck should be fancy equipment. Why do you ask? Lightning was once used after her PS3 debut. Lightning was once used as the face of several clothing brands. Home, Prada, Louis Vuitton, and in memory of those crazy days, I'd like her to have lots of equipment that she can showcase to my friends and be like, oh my god, 100 commander with trample, hexproof, indestructible. Please no. I don't know why I made that the voice for that, but here we are. You got an email about a sale. I emailed you about a sale? Did I do that? Is my Patreon doing that? It may have been Patreon auto doing that because I haven't started my sale yet. And the sale won't affect anything for those buying decks. It's different. Oh, then Patreon did that automatically for you. Enjoy. That's awesome. Because Patreon does do that. They'll take the hit and give you a discount on my stuff for me. So that way they can have more members on their platform. That's probably from Patreon. That's sick. Yeah, I'm launching a discount for something different than game stuff for like decks soon. For something new I've got coming out. I was like, oh, did I send that out yet? Oh, God. So, Lightning Army of One, Prada, Louis Vuitton Master. That's the name of the deck. Lightning says, whenever Lightning deals combat damage to a player, until your next turn, if a source would deal damage to that player, it deals double that damage instead. So, in order to do that, we do have some burn spells like lightning bolt and things that hit people after the fact, but the main theme of the deck should still be lightning dealing damage with double strike, because once lightning deals damage the first hit, let's say they're a 4/3 when they hit, but they have double strike, they'll do 4 damage the first time, and they'll do 8 damage the second time. Big booms. And of course, let's change over to the cool art. Heck yeah. So awesome. And so you're going to be smacking in hardcore, but the most important thing to get on them is double strike. So we have Lizard Blaze, we have Audric, and a couple other double striker, and of course the new Twin Blades from the new set in order to give double strike. And my favorite equipment card of all Magic and of all time, Embercleave, baby. This has to be my favorite equipment ever made. It is so freaking awesome. Embercleave says this spell costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature, and then when Embercleave enters the battlefield attached to target creature, it gets +1/+1 and has double strike. So cool. So cool. I still regret this. I didn't buy the artist proof from the guy who made it. I've met him 3 times, and I've backed out of the sale every time because they're like $400 or $500. But like, I gotta treat myself one of these days. It's one of my favorite cards in all of Magic the Gathering. It won me my first tournament for Standard after the pandemic, and I was really bummed out after the pandemic that like Magic might not like really make a comeback in my local scene. And sadly, that was true. Our Standard scene never got revived. Standard's pretty sad now. But at the first Standard FNM back after the pandemic, I won it with Mono Red with Embercleave, and it just, that meant so much to me. Like, what a good day. What a great day. I still have the ticket that I received from winning that, and I got to enter a raffle for winners. I didn't win the raffle, but you know, I still have the ticket. So cool. No, in order to submit a list, you don't have to be on Patreon, but the Patreon makes it cheaper to order a list. So if you do a 1-month subscription at $50, you get a deck for $50, and you get a deck roast extra. If you just buy a deck roast ad hoc, it costs more money because it's a one-off sale. The Patreon makes it much cheaper, and then you can get one every single month if you choose to continue it. So highly suggest doing the Patreon. It's the way I make this cheap for everybody, and it gives me ample time to make your deck. If not, you can just purchase one from my website. Awesome, guys. Let me tell you how to actually play this deck now. Lightning Army of 1 in your opening hand, you must have either a way to give it double strike or find something to give it double strike. Always. That is the most important thing possible. You're going to have to find something way better. Like super ooper duper better than giving it double strike in order to not keep that in your opening hand. So that means Gamble. That means Steel Shaper's Gift. That means any other tutor card in order to find that artifact. We're at 99 cards in this list, I just realized. So I just realized there's a card I would love to have in this Reckless Handling, which is just Gamble, but only for artifacts, which is really cool. You got to find a way to get double strike. It's just the most important thing ever. The only thing I would rate above getting double strike in this deck would be Smothering Tithe. Oh yeah, sorry. Also, Idyllic Tutor does go and get you some really awesome stuff like Duelist Heritage, which does in fact give double strike. So that is a way to get double strike. But the only things I would say would be better in your opening hand, probably going to be something like Ketis. Because Ketis allows lightning to deal damage to every opponent. And or something with substantial card draw, like Esper Sentinel, Archivist of Ogma, Mangara. Those are worth keeping if you can't find double strike. That's worth it, 100%. Only thing else I think is probably Jessica's Will. I would say those are worth it. Outside of that, I wouldn't keep the hand. So let's switch on over and let me show you guys that. Okay. This is tricky. Technically speaking, we have double strike already in hand. And then we have 1 land and a draw spell. We don't know if this will work out for us. This is a very risky hand. Don't keep these hands. I know it's funny, but like, look, if we draw 3 here, we only get 1 land in the next 3 turns. Yeah. So we're stuck on 2 lands. You never get to cast lightning. You now have something to gamble for a land if you want, which is a little sad. And then you could accidentally lose your double strike. It's just not worth it to keep these hands. Trust me. Just believe me. I'm advocating for you to keep safer hands. Please do it. Oh, brother. This is... Bro. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is what I want to see right here, baby. This is what I want to see. This is disgusting. This hand's great. Okay, awesome. Draw for turn. Scalding Tarn. We're going to go get Taiga. Is it Taiga? What's the red-white land within these colors? I forgot. Oh, we'll just get Sacred Foundry. That's fine. Steel Shaper's Gift. And we're going to go put Lizard Blades on top of our library, baby. Woo! Oh, put it in our hand. It goes in our hand. My bad. Go to our next turn. Ancient Tomb. Buster Sword on the battlefield, baby. Hell yeah. And then we're going to go Marsh Flats. Go grab a Plains, I think. Unless we have another dual land left. Let's grab Plains. It's fine. Cast Lightning. Woo! That is awesome. All right. It's time to do it, everybody. It's time to do the thing. Colorless Floating Lizard Blades. Use the 4 left. Buster Sword. Lizard Blades on turn 4. Smack in for 6 damage on the first hit. And then whenever equipped a creature deals damage to a player, draw a card. And then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the damage without paying its mana cost. Free Smothering Tithe. Guess what? Double strike. Smack in. Deal 12 damage. Jessica's Will for free, baby. Make 5 red mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exile the top 3 cards of our library. Oh, it's all lands. That's fine. We didn't want them anyway. Sadly, that happened during combat. So this red mana will go away. And we don't have any instant or sorceries anyway, so that's fine. Goes in our graveyard. That was awesome. That was so sick. This is why you play Lightning. Oh, and also, it had lifelink. So we gained 6, and then we gained 12. We're at 58. Smothering Tithe makes us minimum 3 treasure tokens for our end of our next turn. Go to our next turn. Woo, baby! Tezzeret Krill Captain. We're going to -3 and go get an equipment card, 1 CMC or lower, and we're going to go grab Golem Skins, I think. I think it's probably the best one. Oh, no, Commander's Plate. Ooh, yeah, we'll grab Commander's Plate. That's awesome. Put Commander's Plate in our hand. Cast that bad boy. Put Tezzeret to 2 loyalty. And then let's go gambling. Let's tap a treasure token to gamble. And we have 4 mana available right now. But Lightning is going to allow us to cast something for free from our hand. I think we go get Kedis. That way, Lightning deals damage to everybody. Let's discard randomly. Oh, we discarded the Kedis. Bummer. We'll just attach the Commander's Plate then. And now we deal 7 damage up front with our Lightning. We draw a card, play Moon Silver Key for free. And then we deal 14 damage, draw a card, and we play Deafening Sounds for free. And Moon Silver Key comes out and gives Tezzeret another 1. Hot dog. That's what we're looking for. That is awesome. I'm going to check something real quick. I heard my cat downstairs. I think they may have knocked something over. All right, we're good. Cat did not, in fact, knock anything over. Life is good. At least I didn't see anything knocked over. Heyo! Normer just subbed to the Patreon. Welcome, Normer. Thank you for subbing to the Patreon. I appreciate you. You're keeping me afloat. Thank you to anyone who has joined the Patreon today. Very much appreciated. I need to have that up on the on stream. Earl Maid, we should do something to make the Patreon show on stream. That'd be awesome. One of us. One of us. One of us. Okay, everybody, we got 2 more decks to go. I'm gonna go a little over time. I did need to leave at 3 today. I'm gonna push it to 3:30. It's gonna make my things slim. The sale was really good. Awesome. I'm glad. Very glad. Okay, everybody, let's try this one out. Here we go. Ariette the Beguiler. This is for King Fisk. King Fisk said, when I saw this commander, I got the idea of how it would work, putting cool auras on creatures I don't own so I can play them. Sounds pretty epic. Let me buff your creatures. I meant my creature. Other than that, I have no idea where I'm going with this, so go wild. I like the deck. I like decks that are out there, but this still works well. I like to bring a fresh idea to the table, and this seems something I haven't seen before. Oh, goodness. Okay, gotcha. Gonna watch the last bit while I close the bar? Sounds good. Alrighty, y'all. So, Ariette the Beguiler. Let's talk about this card. Ariette the Beguiler says, whenever an aura you control becomes attached to a non-land permanent opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to that aura's mana value, gain control of that permanent for as long as the aura is attached to it. So we're going to be using an insane amount of auras, a total of 26 in the deck, and that's just auras that are in the enchantment section, to steal our opponent's creatures and buff our own. And then we have an insane amount of cards that allow us to draw whenever we play an aura, such as Hateful Eidolon. Alayla also gives us an extra 1/1 blue fairy every time we cast an enchantment. We've got Core Spirit Dancer, Mesa Enchantress, and Ondu Spirit Dancer. Lots and lots of things that when enchantments enter, you either copy them, gain extra cards, super fun stuff. And then to get the enchantments we want, we have Zur the Enchanter. Whenever it attacks, you go get a enchantment card converted mana cost 3 or less onto the battlefield. We've got Light Paws. Whenever it attacks or enters the battlefield, whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, or if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with mana value less than or equal to that aura. So Light Paws is the Seeker commander that buffs our own like crazy. I also loved what was said in this. So, Fisk, you put in your ideal date and preferred coffee order, you wrote me something different. You said, right now, on the busiest time of the year at work. As a youth worker, I've spent the past few months reaching out over 100 young adults, listening to their stories, exploring how they feel about where they are in life and what they hope for next. Next week, I'll be leaving for 5 days with 26 of them, young people who are embarking on an 8-month journey that could truly change their lives, surrounded by unconditional support. I'm incredibly proud, and while I'm looking forward to that quiet moment and sitting down with a perfect cappuccino and feeling all the satisfaction of it, all that matters is knowing that in some way I've helped make a difference. So everyone, give Fisk a big round of applause for being an amazing person and wanting to progress the world. I'm very glad you shared that story. Thank you so much, because that is an amazing thing we should all be aspiring to. Absolutely all of us should be putting the well-being and unconditional love and support of others above ourselves. That's awesome. I love that. So I really hope you enjoy this deck. The biggest thing that you want to look for in your opening hands in this deck, Kingfish, you absolutely need to be looking for something that benefits you when you play the enchantments. The enchantments will come. There are an insane amount of enchantments in the deck, especially even enchantment creatures. So look for the things that benefit you when you cast them. Ones that draw you cards, ones that copy enchantments, ones that get you free enchantments or give you extra ones like Light Paws, Mesa Enchantress, and Ondu Spirit Dancer. Find those first. That's what you want to mulligan for. The secondary thing to mulligan for are tutors and card draw effects after that. Most decks, the card draw and tutoring is more important. Not in this deck. This deck is so dense and rich with all the things you want to be playing already, and you're going to enjoy so much that you want to find the card. It's harder to find the cards that benefit you playing these spells because we're not in green. And so normally enchantment decks need green in them to find those things. So it just kind of ups the importance level of finding things that do that. Entity Tracker says whenever an enchantment you control enters or whenever you fully unlock a room, draw a card. That's another amazing one. So I'm gonna do a quick showcase of what that looks like. So Pearl Ear Imperial Advisor says whenever you cast an aura spell that targets a modified permanent you control, a draw card. The only problem is we have nothing in our hand to modify currently other than Angelic Destiny, which gives things +1, +4, +4 as an aura, and it's a large aura. The good thing is normally we wouldn't keep this hand because, all of those things are high mana value, but we have awesome ramp in this hand. We have Ancient Tomb with 2 extra lands and an Arcane Signet, making all of this possible on turn freaking 2. But just because it's possible doesn't mean the game state's going to be there for us to use it. So it's important to note that what's really possible and what's actually important to note is that we can put out the Beguiler on turn 2. And that's what makes this hand totally cracked. So let's draw a card. Ancient Tomb into Arcane Signet, baby. Next turn, we're going to play Flooded Strand. Go grab Scrubland. Awesome. Or sorry, not turn 2, because we do need 3 color pips. Sorry, didn't mean to say that. We're going to be go-aheading and casting Pearl Earl. That way it's going to... Or Pearl Earl. I'm talking too fast today. It's going to allow us to take advantage of its static abilities. The biggest thing is enchantment spells you cast have affinity for auras. That is going to be amazing in this deck. Next turn, Tundra. And that is our commander with a colorless floating. And now the fun begins. Marsh Flats. It is time to do some shenanigans. So, wanting to use what Pearl Earl has the best, if we cast Curator's Wand and we give our commander Hexproof, now we have mana left over to still cast Angelic Destiny, which can steal something and give it +4, +4. So if someone has a 3 CMC commander out, we pay 3, -1 for the affinity for Pearl Earl and Angelic Destiny, and we take someone's, let's say, Human Knight. Oh, wait, hold on. I've been learning how to draw recently. I don't know if this will translate to a mouse. Okay, hold on. That's where the eyes go. This is the side of the face. Oh, wait, I did it wrong. No. This is the front. Oh, no, I erased the part that I wasn't supposed to. And then this is the front line. So the nose goes there. We got the eye. Eyebrows. And then the chin. Goes like this. Then we got the mouth. and human soldier. And we stole it. Oh, he's an angel now too. My bad. He's an angel now. Sorry, guys. Let's give him big wings. There you go. See, I'm an artist. And now the fun begins. For the rest of the game, we're going to be casting auras for cheaper and cheaper. And we're also going to be making things when we cast those auras, such as through this Pegasus. This Pegasus says whenever enchanted enters the battlefield, make a 2/2 Pegasus creature token, and then we'll pay 1 through affinity for auras to cast this entity tracker. And then it says whenever an enchantment you control enters, you draw a card. And then now we're going to wait for another enchantment to find our hand, which should be pretty easy. And that's the deck. It's basically how to play it. Overwhelm the board. All right, guys, our last deck of the day is Ish Money's Megatron. Now, if you guys have not played against a Megatron deck, you'll be shocked to know this is in fact not your simple Mardu deck at all. Megatron states, at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, you may convert Megatron. If you do, add a colorless for each life your opponent's lost this turn. This is an giant artifact creature fling deck. Because on the backside, whenever Megatron attacks, you may sacrifice another creature artifact. When you do, Megatron deals damage equal to the sacrificed artifact's mana value to target creature. If excess damage would be dealt to that creature in this way, instead the damage, it does it to the creature's controller. So we're going to be flinging massive 12 mana artifact creatures at our opponents, and Metal Worker for 11 mana, and like crazy stuff like that. So we make them cheap with Megatron, and then whenever we flip it over, we start flinging, baby. So much fun. And then we can also use that insane amount of extra colorless mana to cast something like Exsanguinate, Torment of Hailfire, or Crackle with Power at an insanely high X cost in order to deal damage to the entire table like crazy. It's going to be awesome. So it's also a giant mana thing. So what do we want at the beginning of a Megatron deck? We want mana, baby. We want so much mana. We don't know how to do with it, baby. That's all we want. Mana, 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 mana. And something that we consider mana is something that reduces the cost of our colorless things, such as Joyrus Familiar or Foundry Inspector. Anything that reduces mana cost for our colorless spells, we want mana, baby. We want the Silk Song of Mana. Hope that wasn't too loud. Now, let's see what we can do with that mana, and I'll show you. Let's go into our little bit of a game here. In this opening hand, we have no playable lands. Oh, look at this. We've got a land, we got a land, and we've got mana. Wow. I wonder how fast this is going to go. Let's draw for turn. We'll play this Fetid Heath, Soul Ring, into Ichor Wellspring and draw a card. Next turn, let's play... let's do the Valkut as a land. Dip. And we will pay 4 and cast Big Score. We'll make 2 Trezzies and draw 2 cards. Next turn, turn 3, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana on turn 3. And we're about to make an insane amount more. An absolutely disgusting insane amount more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Megatron. Now it is time to live out possibly one of the worst things humans can do, casting things for free. Let's get rid of this treasure token and cast a Faithless Looting before we go into the next turn. We're going to draw 2, discard 2. We'll discard this land and probably the Battlefield Forge, because we don't need an extra land next turn. Yeah, we got a land anyway. Glad we did that. Go to combat. We'll deal 7 damage to our opponent. What dual face mana came in tapped? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was batter skull smashing. My bad. It'd be a turn later. My apologies. I thought this was batter skull smashing. That you can pay 3 life to have it come in untapped. My apologies. But let's say it's turn 5. That's totally fine. This is still disgusting for turn 5. I probably wouldn't include Valakut now that I'm realizing that it's not one of the pay 3 life lands. I would not put this card in your deck. I'd probably take this out for a mountain. So we'll pretend it's a mountain for now and say it's on turn 4. So Megatron attacks in and it deals 7 damage and we get, oh, why am I gaining life? We'll do 7 colorless mana in our pool. We have an extra 7. And then, we get to convert Megatron. Now, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or only 10, my bad. Ancient Stone Idol. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature. We had 1, so we get to take 1 of those back. Bonk. When Ancient Idol dies, create a 6/12 colorless construct token. So next turn, we're going to fling it, deal 10 damage to something, and then make another construct. But we're not done this turn. We can either cash, we're going to cash the Burnished Heart for 3 colorless. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts. So we can't cast Sojourn's Companion yet, but we're close. Next turn, when we attack, we're going to sacrifice Ancient Stone Idol, deal 10 damage to someone, and make that 6/12 construct. Awesome. Play a land for turn. And then we're going to cast Karn. And at the beginning of your upkeep, add colorless for each artifact you control. This mana can only be spent to cast artifact cards. And his total power and toughness is equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. Right now it's 5. We go to next turn, and we have flipped this over. We'll attack in, deal 7 damage. And we also have 1 colorless right now for every artifact we control, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So cast Phyrexian Triniform. Oh my gosh. Go to attacks, make 7 colorless, flip Megatron. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's free. And then Battlefield Forge for the 4 colorless. And then we'll use 3 mana to sack and go get 2 basics. Oh my lord. I just turned over a basic land. Whoops. And then we can look at the top card of our library at any time now and play colorless spells off the top of them. And we're going to play Allspark. That's pretty great. Pay 1 to exile. And we will absolutely play out Swiftfoot Boots with the last of our mana. This is such an awesome commander. This is so cool. And the next turn, we can fling Sojourn's Companion at our opponents and then double all the colorless mana from Karn that we get next turn as well. Peak, baby. Peak. So awesome. In fact, we can also instead fling the Ichor Wellspring to draw cards if we don't like what's on top of our library. But we're going to be able to cast an insane amount of stuff off the top of our library for free. Or not for free, but using Mystic Forge. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at all that. Good God. Guys, I've gone 12 minutes over what I'm able to today. If you want, Patreon is sending out some discounts right now for Patreon for the month, so make use of that. Thank you so much for everyone who ordered me a deck to make for you. Thank you guys so much for keeping this channel alive with me. It's so much fun. I've got lots of content coming. We're gearing up big time for next year. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. See you guys next week and tomorrow for a video. We got a video come out tomorrow for the Patreon. See you tomorrow. See you guys. Bye bye.